Hey, how you doing, Cancerian? How you doing? This is Queen Lisa. I'm the host for this channel. Welcome to Conscious Waters Ocean Deep. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are looking forward to your week ahead, or your weekend ahead, should I say. Please like, comment and subscribe to this channel and press any notification bells on this channel so that you can be updated when I've uploaded new readings to this platform. Also, please check the Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs and any other star sign you have in your birth chart that may resonate with the readings on this channel. Please take what you like and leave the rest. Also, I'm giving out free private and personal readings, so if you'd like a free private or personal reading, please check out the information in the description below this video. So, just want to say thank you all who have liked, commented and subscribed to this channel so far. Please continue to do so and press the notification bell. So, what's going on with Cancerians? What's going on with Cancerians? Cancerian, you've been in trouble with your mind about something and you don't really want to speak about it. You're not sure if you should speak about it or deal with the matter. You just know that you don't want to deal with the matter. Never knew that you had so much details in your mind about a person that could harm you, or maybe even put you in front of a problem, maybe even seeing that bad news is there. It says no wonder you've worried so much. You have to see that good news comes to you. 1 week later you'll see that punishment was never served and good karma comes to you. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. It says, I know I have problems with people out there and I'm not discussing my private business. I would rather people leave me alone and not speak to me. I'd rather not say I have done something wrong, and I'd rather see that I'm doing something in a good way. Okay, so looks like you want to keep certain things, private, and make sure that you're doing things in the right way. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. It says, I walk away from nervousness. I trouble my mind to see that problems are there. I see bad news there and I'm not really focused on it, but I do see problems could come to me. I wonder if I should struggle in my mind to say that I do something or not do it. I'd rather not do it, so I speak less of the situation. I really let go of myself in my mind at times and I make myself feel bad. I do not know how to support the ideas. People are there, people are there, people are there, just trying to warn me not to say anything or do anything irrational. It says people are there making me feel like I have been made fun of, or maybe I'm making fun of someone. But it says I don't want to know that I'm doing this. Definitely don't want to know that I'm hurting myself or making myself look ashamed. I really believe that I have better news trying to harm myself in my mind about the situation than see that I'm hurting someone else. I really need to look into that because I have troubles and I really do not know how to support my ideas. People are letting me know to stop doing something or telling myself that I'm going to do something to hurt or harm someone. I really have to stop troubling my mind like this, but I certainly don't want to hurt myself. So will I speak about good things in my mind or let the situation go? All right, so some of you guys are really feeling troubled in your mind. You might want to let a situation go, all right, instead of acting irrational in regards to how, you could do something. All right. It says, I warn myself not to do it, so I'm supporting myself never to speak about it again. I'd rather this than hurt myself. It says hermiting is something I need to do. I'm hermiting. I'm taking the time out to please myself and give myself better news. I will not speak to anyone or deal with anyone in a bad way. And I warn myself never to speak about anyone in a bad way. Okay. So you might have clarity about something. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. Could have broken up with a Leo here. It does say you have better news, trying to warn yourself that you don't need to speak about anything other than this. You just want to leave yourself alone with the person or the people that are saying that I shouldn't speak about anything that's going to be deemed as bad news. It says it's not going to be worth it. Just leave the situation to unfold naturally. Don't bother yourself or your mind or people's mind with anything that's going to be purposely putting you on a bad mind game. It says a bad mind game is occurring inside of you. You have been brewing this for a while, but it doesn't say it's a good idea for you to keep punishing me. It says I've been believing you that you would punish me and make me feel bad. Why do I want to feel bad when I know I could leave the situation and let it go? It says I'd rather you let it go so that you can walk away. It says it may not be harmful to you after a while when you see that good news comes to you in another way. It says it doesn't need to be this to make you feel sad. Just watch who you are and make sure you know how to deal with situations. Don't leave something to brew inside yourself to the point where you're making yourself mad. It says you have to let the situation unfold naturally. Like it or not, I would have been there for you and maybe even harmed you if you kept torturing me or harming me or making me feel bad. I don't want to have to punish you, but you're always punishing me and making me feel like I have to stay there and wonder if everything's going to be great or hunky-dory with you. It's never going to be hunky-dory. I promised myself that I could not see myself with you in that way. It's not going to be a good thing for me to walk away, but it's not a good thing for me to push you into a nightmare that you would never want to be in. Ooh, okay. You could either be dealing with a child, or you could be dealing with a Leo, or you could be dealing with another water sign, or another earth, or an earth sign here. Okay. So let's see what else is going on. It says, I love myself too much to harm myself, and I would never let myself give in to the person that's always going to make me feel bad. I'd rather let the situation go and move on. I'm not going to allow the person to keep tormenting me and making me feel guilty or negative inside my mind or making me feel harmed or hurt. I'm allowing the situation to unfold and releasing all the drama and making myself feel people will not torment me. It says people would have tormented you if you had continued in a bad way with the Leo, or maybe even someone less than that you feel like you don't feel it's worth it with, or maybe even someone that you feel like you should leave in a lack or make them feel bad for whatever it is they have done or not done because you purposely want to hurt them or make them feel jealous or sad or mad. It says you don't need to do this because you always loved yourself more than anything, and you never needed to punish someone else to make them feel bad with you. It says you have punished a mind games of someone else's, or maybe even someone that tried to warn you that they're defending themselves. So please leave them alone. It says when you leave this person alone, you'll see that good karma comes. Why would you not trust and believe that things could work out in a better way? Have you seen that you're always worrying about someone and maybe even trying to harm them? Have you seen that you keep trying to push too hard to make this person think that good karma is coming with them in another direction, or maybe in the same way that you want them to see things, but maybe not in the same ways that you actually worked things out with them? It says you have to leave them alone. Let them see that troubles are never going to be theirs. It says every day you need to leave them to wonder if they're going to be in better ways, and not notice that things are going to be pushed and pushed and pushed to the point you get your way, or even get them to be in your way and harm them. It says leave them alone. You have to leave them alone. Okay. It says, I warn you, trouble me and I'm going to trouble you. If you keep trying to trouble someone like a water sign, Scorpio, it says you will have bad news. It says if you keep trying to harm them or push them into a place where you think they're in denial or hurting them, you're going to be in a bad way. It says trouble them and see what happens next new year, or maybe even this year. Keep trying them and see that they're not going to allow you to keep allowing the situation to unfold in the same way. It says you keep trying to harm me and I've never wanted to know that you're going to keep doing this. I warn you not to steal my attention away from my mind about people that I want to be with and making me feel bad for wanting you to know that I have to stay in the ways that I have been. I've never wanted to stay stuck in my mind about this, and now you feel like you can keep me there. I will never allow you to keep me there, but watch and see what happens in the new year when I've moved on, possibly with a new person, or maybe even someone else that I left and wanted to be with, but they didn't want me because you always was trying to harm me. I now know that you have to leave me alone, and maybe I'll just be there with the person and let you know that she's gonna be my girlfriend, he's gonna be my boyfriend. Maybe you'll see that I'm not going to be yours, but you'll see that I've got to be someone else's. It says try me because you've always tried to punish me ongoing, and I will not punish you, but you keep trying to do that to me. So this could be you guys, Cancerian, or it could be a fire sign person or a water sign person, maybe a Scorpio, or even tormenting a team of people that do not want you to see that good karma comes, but only because you've been trying to push it too hard with someone that's telling you stop trying too hard to get the person to love you or be there for you. It could be a friend that's telling you, like, you know, you're trying too hard, or you're doing something too much to get the person's attention, when you really need to allow the person to be able to choose who they want to be with. Okay. All right. It does say there's feelings of nurturing the truth or some justice with you moving forward and allowing the situation to unfold. It does say that it could be with a Taurus, or it could be with a Libra. I'm also hearing Cancerian. It could be another Cancerian, or it could be Aquarius. There's also Sagittarius here. It says you will not like what you hear in the next 2 weeks. It says something is brewing and something negative is happening, but you have to allow the situation to unfold if you want to keep on attacking someone or brutishly trying to control a situation. You may not like the situation how it is, or maybe not like the situation how it could unfold. Which would you prefer? Are you going to allow the person to keep punishing you, maybe even dealing with you with negative energy? It says the mind games he's playing is never going to be good for you, because he's under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. He doesn't want to deal with anything detrimental or nervousness. He doesn't want to bring you down, but he will cause you harm if you keep harming him. It says you have to leave him to believe that he's going to be good to you, and let him see that punishments is not going to be the answer. Let him see that he's always happy and maybe even well, and maybe even seeing that he has good times with his mind and works on it. He doesn't want to hear that you've got problems with him ongoing, but you have to see that he's working with you and not working against you. He will be well in his mind one day, but not when you keep trying to tarnish his reputation or bring him down. It does say you have to look forward to better news with him and try to worry less about the situation. He may not see you as a good girlfriend or boyfriend, or maybe even a person that loves you. He says he knows that he has to be there for you in his mind about why he wants to leave you alone, and he wonders why he has to let you go. He doesn't want to let you go, but he does want to leave you alone. He does want to let go of the situation, or even the mind control that he has, praying that he should have good karma with you and not send you in a bad way. It does say you'll be better off with a Scorpio's mind to tell you not to deal with the situation if you want to be able to listen. It says if you don't want to listen, then you'll be able to study the situation on your own and wonder if things are going to be better for you in the new year. It says I've tried to warn myself this, but I don't want to hear it. And if I don't want to hear it, then I'm going to cause a problem. So some of you guys want to keep causing a problem time after time. It says you do not know how to support the idea in a practical way. You've got to listen to someone that's letting you know they've slept with someone else or been with someone else, so why do you keep holding on? It says I don't need to hear that I'm going to stay with that person ongoing, but I can let the person know that I'm seeing you if I'm not seeing you, and maybe still not see you and still torment you, and maybe even her, because sometimes I hurt her just because I don't know if you're gonna hurt me. Maybe she will hurt me too, but I'm certain she's not gonna hurt me because she's letting me know she has better news for you to move on with me and leave me alone, and rather leave me to the situation in my mind about how I would see things. It says I'm sorry that I hurt this person because she's everything I wanted in a woman. Rather than hurting her, I would have loved to be with her, but you keep standing in my way. Why do you keep getting in my way, making me feel like I'm cheesed off and peed off with my mind to the point I hurt the person too? It says you keep doing that and you make me feel like the trust is gone. Whatever it is that she had with me, it's gone. Everything that I wanted to build with my mind about the situation was not going to be great, because I always saw her as someone that I didn't really want to be with, or maybe even saw her as someone that I didn't build enough courage with to think that things was going to be okay. I tried to manipulate the situation and I hurt her, but I can't think straight, and I'm really hurting because I do not know how to support her. And maybe it's because I've been hurting inside myself all this time because of you. You made me do that to her, and you made me hurt this woman so much to the point where I can't even see her anymore. You're really trying to drag me down and bring me down to the lowest pits of the earth. You don't know how to speak to me at times, and you bring me into my mind and say you're continuing to treat me that way. I want to know that you stop seeing me, and I'm going to be determined to make sure it happens once you see what kind of karma you're building up inside of yourself for me, or me to you. Which way would you like to go with this? Because I'm certainly going to bring you down. You're making me mentally sick and stressed, and I don't want to see that you're going to harm me ongoing. So I'm going to report you or put you back in the same way that you make me feel, because I'm trying to warn you. When I'm undressing my mind in the situation and looking forward to better news, I see bad news, and I don't get it. I don't want to see bad news there with you. I don't want to see bad news there with anyone. I just know I see bad news and I don't like it. I don't want to see anyone trying to harm me, hurt me, or telling me off. I don't want to see anyone telling me that I've done something wrong and I've hurt you. I don't want to see that you're always going to hurt me, and I don't want to see that we're always hurting. I don't want to see that you're always seeing me, and I don't want to see anyone. I just want to move on. I want to live my life for who I am, and I'm trying to warn you, if you don't start respecting me as a human being, or even start respecting the people that I'm seeing, or even other people that you're dealing with and can't deal with in a good way, then you're going to see drama, you're going to see karma, you're going to see good things happen if you positively work with yourself in good ways, or you're going to see nervousness and bad news if you don't start working with yourself and the team or the people around you in a positive way. It says you will always notice that you're going to give yourself negative energy. Once you do, then you'll realize that you have to stop. It says you haven't stopped yet, but you realize that you keep doing it. And maybe you're going to realize this year that once and for all, you're not going to live out this drama. Wow, Cancerian. Someone's really got a lot of words for you. Really got so much to say, okay? Could be dealing with an air sign, okay? Gemini, or any air sign, or it could be even, you and a man here, because there is someone here that's moving forward with a lot of information and is ready to, be mean to shut something down when it comes to the love, okay? Like the love is lost or the love is not there, okay? It could be making them mad at you as well. And you do see this, but you're trying to convince yourself that everything will be okay as long as you stay with this person. It doesn't say it's going to be okay. It just says that you're making me mad, and I want to know how to support my mind. How can I support this when I know that I'm feeling mad inside, okay? It says you know that you've been mad inside at a situation as well, for some of you Cancerian men, or even another water sign man, Pisces. It says all of you are making me mad, but I don't want to hear that you're going to be good. If you think I'm going to treat you like a good woman, or even a good man, for some of you Cancerians that are having problem with the men, it says most of you are having problems with your man, because you have to see that you're not getting what you want, and then when you do push it too far, you get good news in your mind but not really in your reality. It says time after time again, you see that you keep holding on too tightly to being mad, and then seeing that you have to hold on to it to the point you try to make sure that you get good karma and it doesn't move or shift in any direction apart from you holding on to the same news that you've been having for a long time. Well, you see that you're going to work things out in a better way. It says trust and believe there is karma there, or even people there for you to see that you need to work on, or even start looking at how you can work on things in a mindful way. Let the situation unfold. If you see that you have drama or karma with someone, then you need to let it go. It says that you haven't seen this in your mind enough to tell yourself, I'm leaving it alone. It does say bad news is there for anyone that keeps seeing you in a brutal way, because you want to punish those that keep punishing you. But it says you always want to hurt people after they've hurt you, or maybe you hurt them before they hurt you, and it keeps unfolding in bad moods, bad mood swings, bad mood swings, and letting the situation unfold in good karma is going to help you more than anything. Laugh it off if you want to. Let the situation brew to the point where you're mad, and then you'll see that you always lived your life where you couldn't get your way, so you had to hide, and maybe even see that you had problems inside and then sort them out. If you can't sort them out, you're going to see a lot of drama, a lot of karma, a lot of bad mood. It says, I want to fight you, but I don't know how to fight you. I keep fighting and I can't help it. I just keep fighting. I keep fighting and I'm going to keep fighting. I just want to push forward in what it is that I want to say and what it is that I want to do. Maybe not listening to another person to the point where you have to walk away with the same old mood swing, the same old drama, because you're not allowing the person to speak their mind and tell you how to change the direction. It says you will never know how to change this direction until you plead guilty in your mind about things that you know you have done but never wanted to use it in that way and move forward in a different way. It says you're better off leaving the situation to unfold, or maybe even seeing that problems are not yours to the point they do move on. It says you will realize that when you do move on from them, it feels better, but it doesn't make the situation any better because you're always stuck in the same old mood or the same old crowd or the same old thing, in the same old people, in the same old drama and the same old situation. Why would you not realize that you need to allow the situation to move past? It says you will move past it when you see that good news occurs in your life. But how can you move past it when I know that I'm not allowing you to? You will not punish me and I will not punish you, but you will see there's problems and I will give you problems as long as you see that you have a good mind to play yourself. It says you have to work out which way you're going and how you work towards good karma. Okay, you could be dealing with a tourist, or you could be needing to sort out your commitments to things, the things that you commit to heavily. It says I do have an idea of this, but I don't know how to support it ongoing. Possibly I need to speak to someone or let someone know that I'm trying, but I don't know how to work on moving past something. I may not leave it alone, and that's my problem. I do hold on for too long, making it hurt me, making it tear me down. I feel like my hurt and my pain is causing me to have trauma. The trauma is causing me to have more trauma, and I feel like I need to end it or kill myself. Sometimes I feel like I want to end myself or even tell people that they're going to want to die. It says you do not know how to speak to people at times, and you do say negative things. You do say that you don't want to see things in a good way and you want to hurt someone. It says you need to leave someone alone and let them live their life. Stop holding on to something or attacking it or brutally bullying it or making it feel like it's going to be your problem. Maybe even your problem to the point you're always cussing, or maybe even moaning, maybe even in front of the person or behind the scenes. It says you may not speak to them directly at times, but you see what you want to say, or even smile at a person in their face and maybe even laugh with them, and then behind their back you're very, very stubborn or mean. It says sometimes you need to work on yourself and look forward to better news. Why would you want to keep working on something that's not going to mend the situation? Instead it keeps hurting you. It says you have to look at something in a different way and try to warn yourself that good karma can come, and when it does, you'll see better news occur. It says I will see that better news occurs when I love myself more. I will see that problems are no longer there when I love myself more, and if I see that I love myself more, it's not going to hurt me. It does say it can hurt you, but it doesn't say it's going to shift or turn in your favor. It says people have to love you too, and when will you realize that you do love yourself enough to let people know that you love them too? It says you have to see that people love you too, but how can you get them to love you when you can't force them to love you? It says people will only love you for who you are and what it is that you are, or what it is that you have, if they feel the need to. It says you can't always fill the gaps with everything that they desire. Things will turn around for you when you realize that things will work out in your favor after you've let the situation unfold. You just have to trust the process, and believe you me, it's going to work out better for you when you realize what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks to a year, because you haven't fully solved your problems in your mind. You have to let the situation brew and let it unfold naturally. Let people see that you're a giving person, a loving person, and even take them to your mind and say, did I do things in the right way to support them? And did I even give myself to them in a good way where I supported them? It does say you have to be careful and mindful about who you choose to support the ideas that you want to see with a good outcome. It doesn't always say that the person that you want wants you. It does say that you have to surprise yourself sometimes and see what gifts you've been giving yourself and who's going to support your ideas. It does say you have to know at times who you are dealing with, and even support your mind and pay attention to your mood. And maybe even the person that you want to dream about more often will stay. It says when you do this, you'll see better luck. It says right now you do have good fortune, but at times you're miserable. Why are you so miserable? It says I want to control something that I'm really mad at. I feel like he's mad at me and I'm mad at her too. When are we going to stop this misery? I really want to bring myself back into a good lifestyle, and I want to support my mind with her. Is she going to be the one that I want to be with for a long time? Or am I going to see myself back in the same way that I was with her last year? Or even the times before? Maybe laughing at the situation is not going to help. And maybe I see I've gone too far. I just want to breathe the light of day. And maybe even see passion come to me in a good way. I just want to see that problems are never going to be solved that easily at times. And I feel like that's the thing about me. Okay, so it could be you, or it could be a fire sign that feels this way as well. It does say this fire sign doesn't want to deal with you. Obviously, this person wants to steal the attention of a female that they don't really know and wants to see someone else. It says some of you guys are dealing with a man that doesn't want to deal with you no more and wants to date a new female. It doesn't say this man talks to you about it or even sends you signals at times to let you know that he wants to do it, but he may want to rush towards this and may be seeing that you are there and not really seeing that you notice that he's gone in another direction. He may not even wonder about you at times, but you really wonder what is going on with him, to the point he's not even making sense to me on why he's still there with me and staying with me, but yet he's not really passionately loving with me like he used to, or maybe even in the ways that I want on a long-term basis. It says you will realize that he's not going to give you that until you honor yourself and pride yourself over your problems, and maybe even look that your problems are no longer there. You have to see which way things are going and work towards the tides. Give yourself back to a Pisces energy, or maybe even the mind of a Pisces energy that can understand the feelings of love in all different spectrums, colors, and realms. It says time after time you have to look into good energy and support it. Maybe even seeing that problems are no longer going to be yours, but people will see you as a good partner. Maybe even seeing that you can show them that you're a good partner, and possibly even purposely showing them that you're a good partner will help you. It says conflicts are there too, but sometimes you have to see that the problem is not yours. People are bothering you, and someone is telling you that a person is bothering you, and you have to leave it alone. It says you have to walk away, but you don't want to walk away at times, and you stay there longer than you need to. It says you will bug the person until you believe that the person really is yours, to the point where you don't even want to go away, and then you're back in the same crowd with people that have the same problem as you. When are you going to learn that it's going to be a new atmosphere for you one day without the drama? It says I don't know, but I need to sit down and wonder, how do I get the person that I want to be with? Wow, that was a lot. Called you Pisces. Maybe you need to check out Pisces reading. All right, let's see what's going on with your work life anyway. What's going on with work for Cancer then? Work is going to be better news for you. Obviously, you have to deal with some sudden discernment problems, maybe even people that you don't want to invite into your personal life, and grief could be there. It says it's going to be there if you do deal with the situation in a bad way, possibly even hurting another person or using them or making them feel like they have to use you and hurt you is not going to be the answer. Let the person see that better news comes to you. How do you do this? You leave the person alone. Let them see that better news is there for them in another way. If they need to speak about another energy, let them go to the energy and see it is better for them. It says it's not always a good thing for them if it's going to hurt you. It does say it does hurt you at times, and you have to see that you do not need a situation to believe it's going to harm you. It does say you have to warn yourself not to see bad news, and you will see that it's not going to be good news for you at times, but you have to see that you're not going to be in any problem. You just have to deal with a situation in a different way. It says there is ideas for you to let go of something, and maybe even see that you have good karma in another way. I've tried to warn the person that I could put myself in this situation, and maybe this person is stubborn to me. How do I make them see that I'm going to be a better person in that way? Sometimes you have to allow the situation to unfold, or maybe even try to move forward in that direction and push yourself in that direction to support your ideas. It says people will be there to support you once you've gotten there, but you have to give yourself time to believe it's going to happen. Remember that it's going to stay there for a little while, until 2 weeks later, or maybe even a month, or maybe even into the month of October or November. It says November may be a better time for you to tame a situation and let the person see that you are not playing. You have good times this year to believe that it will work when you move forward to the month of October and November, and see that the beginning of the month is going to be benefited for you to feel like there's no more time to worry. It says there's worries there, but it's not going to be bad for you to see that you have partnered up and moved past the situation. You'll be able to work on something then that's going to support you and give you better news. It says the work that you're doing at this time is going to be better for you to work on than anything else. If you believe that you have a good person, stay with them. If you believe you've got a good job, stay with it. If you believe that you've got good karma, stick to it, work on it, benefit from it. But if you believe that something is off and it is going to harm you later on, then work with the situation and see how you can change it or leave it alone completely. One of these days you'll have to understand which way things are going to work with the situation. Try to wonder less about it in your mind about how it can harm you and work with it in a good way to support you, but also believe that you have good karma with the person if they're showing you that they have good karma with you. All right, so let's see what's going on with business for Pisces. Business. Oh, I could keep calling you Pisces. Go and check out Pisces reading. Maybe there's something in there for you. Let's see what's going on. And it could also represent options as well. Okay, where you've got lots of options to think about things. All right. So what's going on with business? Business for Cancerian business. Business is booming and practically steady. It's going to be helpful that you talk to a person and let them know that you are ready to speak about them, or maybe even tell them to stay where they are or get ready to speak to them. It says this person is not going to be always the person that wants to speak to you, but you have to say that you do not know how to support the idea better than this. Maybe I've told myself this and I realize he's not going to always be mine, but he does know that I want him though, and he really wants me too. I do see he doesn't stay away from me that long, and he does stay with me ongoing, or he does move on at times and wonders if he can creep off and move on. It does say he's trying to do this and you don't believe it at times, but he is trying to work on something else, and he is trying to study something else, and business could be moving better for him if he could work on the situation. It says you will warn yourself that problems is there until problems no longer serve you. It says he will see that he's no longer in a problem once I show him I'm not trying to harm him. It does say you're not trying to harm him and he still wants to move on. What are you going to do? It says he will see that I'm trying to work on things without this drama. He will work on building with me and supporting me, and I will see that it's going to be good. It does say there is some stuff where you can build together and work together, and it doesn't always work out. How are you supporting the situation to make things last? It says it's going to last because I don't know how I'm supporting my ideas, but my plans are there to build. It says I do want to build, but how do I know he's going to build with me? It does say you have to figure this out and stop building on your own. Are you building something that's not going to benefit you, or is it going to benefit you and you alone? Is it something that he's building with you, or is he building on another situation on his own? Does it say that you're going to have better news? You've tried to warn yourself that you could possibly have this, but you have to work on the situation without the time spent alone. Okay, let's see what's going on with your love life. Love life for Cancerians. It says love life is going to be better for you when you see that bad news is not occurring in your love life. Watch and see what happens in the month of May. Next year, May, of course, because you have to watch until the month of May. It says time after time, you haven't seen anything great this year, but next year, May is going to be beneficial for you. You'll see better news then. When you see better news, then you'll have to see yourself in a good way. You'll love this because no one's going to work with you in the way that you wanted to, but at the same time, you'll work on things where you've meant what you said and you still delivered in the way that you delivered. But obviously, mentally, you're trying to struggle more than usual. Are you going to change the outcome or the situation, or are you going to please yourself in your mind and say that you've moved past it? It says better news will come to your love life, but better news cannot come to your love life if you support the Leo. It says the Leo is not going to always bring you good news. This person does need the freedom to explore. This person wants to explore and sees that they can't be held down. Sometimes they do want to be held down, but not by you. It says sometimes they need someone other than you to support their ideas. It says people will give them better news when they see that they can't have bad news. It says bad news is something they're trying to avoid and want to move past. If you give yourself to the Virgo, or maybe even the Taurus, maybe you'll see that better news comes. It says some of you guys may not want to see this, but you do have better ideas to bring them. It says it doesn't mean that I want to be with them, but I know that I could have someone that I could support. Maybe you could support them. It says you meet a Virgo one day, or even a Libra. Sometimes Libras will support you in a good way. It says they don't always give you good news, but sometimes they can give you better news. It says sometimes even the Libra doesn't want to know you though, but you have to warn yourself that Libras are not always going to be practical. They do know how to be practical, but only if they really feel like they're in it for the win it. They do not know how to win things alone. They want to know that they're always going to be there for someone that wants to be with them. All right. So let's see what's going on with singles. Singles want to be there for you and wonder if things are going to be better for you. It does say a lot of singles are interested in you right now, but not really surprising you that they want to call you or text you. It does say one of them will want to speak to you, even if it's the Leo. It does say he or she will want to talk to you and want to spend time with you. It does say Cancerian, you will date the Leo and see that you both have good times together. Personally, you have problems with each other at times and don't know how to support each other's ideas, but you do get along to the point where you can still the mind games of each other and maybe even push each other away. At times Leo will want to push you away and won't want to stay with you. It says you keep staying with them and maybe sticking with them and maybe thinking everything's okay. It says it's not always the greatest idea, but at least it works. It says sometimes you do work with the person and see it's better than nothing. It says they will tame things there and make sure you see that good karma comes. It says they don't always, but they will see that you have to see which way things are going for you. Okay. It says sometimes the Cancerian will see things come to them and not bother them. It says sometimes you will believe that you can purposely put yourself in a better way. It does say you have good karma at times and you can work with it to solve your situations. It does say you have good news with a Sagittarius though, because the Sag will give you everything you want. Maybe you need to speak about a Sagittarius. It does say you have good karma here when you often love yourself and maybe even believe things will work out. It says Cancerian will deal with things that don't really work out at times. Sometimes even the Scorpio doesn't want to see you ongoing or doesn't want to see you often or doesn't want to see you at all, but doesn't really care if they're driving you crazy. It says they will always drive you crazy if they're not happy or if they're sad. If they're always getting what they want in their life, then they'll be better off with you, but not really, because they're always finding problems to create. It says, well, they do when they deal with you, but they don't know how to support your ideas. It says people always feel like you do hold on to them too much, and that's the problem. You keep stealing other people's pride, ego, dignity, strength. Time after time, you keep taking what other people have. Are you realizing that you're stealing from others and not allowing others to have any respect or any peace of their own? Are you realizing that you're taking advantage of people? And maybe that's why you keep taking advantage of people that are meaningful to you in your mind, but not really seeing that they're benefiting you in the same time. It says sometimes you deal with people that don't want to deal with you, but it says you will deal with people that want to see you in a good way. It says they don't always want to, but they will see you in a good way when they're promising you good karma. Have you seen that in your life? Because you're trying to warn yourself too much that you have good karma. Is it that it's working out for you in many ways, or are you dealing with someone that's trying to warn you that they're soon going to brew in a karmic factor of divorce, or maybe punish you with an ending, or maybe take too long in breaks and not want to speak to you again? Are you realizing someone is doing this right now? Are you trying to warn yourself it's not going to work, or are you stealing someone else's man or woman and that's why it's causing the problem? Ew, honey, this sounds a bit like Portia Williams. All right, let's see what's going on with those in a relationship. It says relationships are going to be the status of good health and good karma. Once I see how I can work on things, I'm going to support that. So I do see a lot of you women do want to talk about that. It's a lot of time you feel in your head mad at situations, madly in love as well, and want to see that love is always going to be the answer, which is not a bad idea as long as you can have someone to support that. It says the man is going to support you at times, but doesn't really feel like good karma is coming to you because he's selfish and he wants to know that he can potentially make love to you and then send you back to your mind and say, well, I was there. Can you feel my energy? Now I'm not there. Move on. It says this man is going to play you and 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 play you to the point where you don't get it. All right, could be dealing with a Leo, could be dealing with another water sign. Okay, it does say you could be dealing with an air sign too. Some of you guys would not even realize that you're being messed around like this, and you will just stay there and allow the situation to happen. It says, I will play you and keep you there and play you and make love to you and play with your mind and play with you. And I'll play with you to the point you think you're in love with me. You'll stay there and think that you've got something great going on, to the point you're not really getting anything, but you stay there thinking it's all okay. It says you do not feel alone, but you do feel like you are loved. Maybe that's why, because too much love in sex is making you feel like you have got the man. It says you have a man that you are passionately in love with because you are laying down with them. Are you not seeing that you are just getting sexed? You are not just getting sexed, are you? Or are you seeing that there's other things that you are growing and you are building with the man? Does it say that you are growing and building with things, or does it say that you are tearing things down, or the man is trashing things and tearing things down and not letting you have your way? Does it say that you are getting your way or not getting your way? Which way is it really going? Are you open to advising yourself, or seeing that there's karma there or drama there, or people that don't want to see you anymore in that way? How many options do you have to make sure things can work out in that way? Or are you seeing that problems are there and that's why you can't have it in another way? Is it that you keep trying to follow a trend? Is it that there's a man here that doesn't want to be your friend, or does but doesn't really care for you in that way? Is it that he's not trying hard enough to be your man, or even pay your bills, or look after you, make sure he pays your rent, or even purchases a home for you, or maybe even says we can do this together? Are you seeing that happen in your life? Or is it that things are not working out in that way? Does it last? Do things last for you? Are things working out for you? Can you see it is working well, or do you not see it at all? There's a lot of questioning going on here. It's like Spirit is, making you revise yourself, really revise the situation. And when I see, the Empress now, she's behind the card, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which is also to study something. The Wheel of Fortune can mean karma, but it can also mean studying. Okay, so you may be studying a situation, but are you studying it in a way where you're getting your way, or you're just kind of like thinking, all right, I can do it this way and it's going to work, I'm going to do it this way and it's going to work? Or do you see that the man is also working with you to make things work? Or is it that he just comes in and out of your life, and you feel like because he's spending a little time with you, having sex with you sometimes, and then disappears for a while, and you have to keep questioning yourself, does he love you, does he love you, does he love you, does he love you, does he love you? And if you have to do that, the man don't love you. The man don't love you, because you have to keep questioning yourself ongoing. You would not have to keep questioning yourself if the man loved you. You wouldn't have to keep questioning it. He would show you, he would provide for you, he would give to you, okay? He would want to build with you, he would want to grow with you, he would be affectionate towards you. It wouldn't just be here and there, little casual fling, or a little odd date here and there. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have to pester him or overly talk to him, ongoing, yeah. And then some of you just stay there doing that, ongoing, thinking it's a relationship. And in that way, it's like you're teaching the man as well that it's okay for him to treat you that way and treat other women that way as well. Yeah, I feel like there's karma in Cancerian's energy. There's karma there. I've been noticing that for a while. There's karma there because there's a stagnant energy there, and that's probably the reason why Pisces keeps coming up in your reading sometimes as well, or it's even telling you to revise Pisces energy, because Pisces is options. Pisces is understanding love from many different forms, okay? The Seven of Cups represents Pisces, which has the little cups with the different elements of what kind of different feelings and love is there. It's making a lot of sense to me as a reader. But anyway, let's see what's going on with those that are married. Cancerians. It says Cancerians that are married will push themselves back into the partnership and hold on for dear life. Okay, so you guys are holding on for dear life now, and that's the truth, just holding on for dear life. It says you will do this whether the man wants you or not. It says it's the girls that are not really doing anything wrong other than the men really doing harm to the women. It says most of you are doing everything right, but the man is really trying to harm you and doesn't want to see anything going in a bad way. It does say you're allowing him to get away with this, and you are brutally tarnishing the world, and particularly many men are following you because they can get away with negative karma or negative energy, changing the world and the factors of life. It says people will realize this, and taking the mickey or the pee out of you, or maybe even others, is brewing through the energy of Cancerians. I knew it. I'm not being funny or disrespectful, you know, with Cancer, but there's something going on with you guys, star sign, which is really allowing bad behavior to happen, especially when it comes to the way men are treating women. I've noticed this because you guys can't see when there's a really good thing at times, okay, for you to work with. You just allow the person to keep getting away with the negative energy and calling it quits and saying, it's okay, I'll let him. It's okay, I'll let him. It's okay, I'll let him. And then everything else is suffering for everyone else. Okay, and then even with you now, you're not really getting what you want. Time after time, as I read, I've spoken to so many different Cancerians, always complaining about the same thing, but still allow the man to just keep getting away with it, keep hurting them, keep harming them, but then saying, well, you know, I dust myself off, it's okay, I'll let him do that. You know, oh, he wants sex and he just wants sex, it's okay, I'm sexual too, I like sex too. You know, he's not trying to build anything properly with you. He's not trying to, you know, honor you and respect you in the right ways. It's okay, I'll allow him, it's okay. You know, he might come and be two-faced, pretend with you. You know, I don't see that, because you just want to be with the man. You don't want to see that he's doing things in the right way, so you just allow him to get away, almost like a parent that allows a bad breed child to just keep doing, you know, the little naughty things that they get away with, you know. So anyway, let's see what's going on with let's see what's going on with individuals. What's going on with Aries? Yeah, there's definitely stagnancy in Cancerian. And it is funny because we've now reached 2 Cancerians month. Happy birthday to you all, by the way. And there's a huge retrograde. This retrograde is massive. It's starting from the 29th and it's going on to November. Now, November is the time for change and endings. Why is it starting in Cancerian's energy and then ending in the 15th of November? Obviously, you guys need to understand what's really going on to change certain things in the universe. A lot of the other star signs are having some type of thing where they need to concentrate on their love lives. It keeps coming up, you know, for that. It's giving them warning that, you know, your love life is important. We're working with you. We're working with the universe to concentrate on your love life. You guys are the opposite of you lot are the opposite of Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn is the energy of the devil. Okay, in tarot it represents the devil. It represents obsession. Okay, it represents toxic behavior. You know, are you guys enabling that? All right, or is the star sign of Cancerian enabling this toxic energy to really be stagnant and stop there because they're so, you know, addicted or allowing that energy to stay there, stuck in that toxic energy? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, as a reader, I'm going to look at these things and understand, look, this is what's going on. And this is why a lot of people do come when I do readings as well, personal readings for people. A lot of people are coming and saying, well, when am I going to find my partner? Or why is this person not doing me right? Or when is this going to change? When is this going to change? There's something going on with Cancerian energy that is blocking things for everybody else. Like, it seems to be enabling a negative energy. Okay, because you guys is energy right now. I don't know how long it's been going on for, but it's been enabling this kind of negative behavior. And I'm not speaking for every single Cancerian, so don't get me wrong. All right, because some of you guys might be having amazing relationships where your partners are pitching in and they're really doing right by you. All right, but there's a lot of men out here, all right, that are not wanting to commit to women in the right way that they would ideally like to, okay, and creating worries. Cancerian is a star sign of the moon and worries, okay? So it does make me wonder, hold on a minute, what the hell is going on? All right, there's a lot of women that are worrying, there's a lot of men creating worries, and it is coming from the moon energy, secrets, you know, the dark side, the hidden. That's Cancerian energy, okay? And it can follow into Virgo's energy as well, because Virgo also represents the hidden with hermiting and stuff like that, and they're the opposite of Pisces, okay? Oof, this reading is deep. Anyway, let's see what's going on. All right, I'm gonna really just kind of, you know, but I've noticed that you guys have some work to do when it comes up to changing a situation for a better systematic change to happen in the universe from July, okay, to November, which is change, transformation, and endings. That's what November is all about. Change, transformation, and endings. Okay, so there's some type of karma built up there. And right now we're in a huge retrograde from Cancerian energy to November, where you have to redo things. Like you have to restudy things or redo things. But this is a big retrograde. It's a big one. Okay, so let's see what's going on anyway with Aries. What's going on with Aries and Cancerian? Aries doesn't mind staying with you and seeing that you have good fortune. It says they will like you and support you and give you good karma. They wonder if you have good support systems and maybe even take away your mind at times to say you are dealing with them. It says you will contemplate time after time whether you want to stay with them, because they don't always want to stay with you, but you will see better news once you have left them and put yourself back in a good mind game of your own. Some of you guys are dealing with your own mind games. All right, let's see what's going on with Taurus. What's going on with Taurus? Taurus and Cancer. Taurus doesn't want to wait anymore with you. They feel like you're tarnishing their reputation. They feel like they're brought down by you and not getting any good value or even good karma or good respect from you. Taurus, again now, that is the star sign of commitments. That represents love, marriage. You know, that represents institution like marriage, commitments, okay? Now, these men are not committing out here to females. What's going on, Cancerian? You're tarnishing, or the Cancerian energy is tarnishing the reputation of good commitments, okay? Now, we understand there's a lot of different types of changes going on in the world, and possibly there's a lot of energies that do need to focus around change for the better and the good for all, all right, from different aspects, which then comes boiling back down to Pisces energy. This retrograde that we're in, it's Saturn in Pisces, okay, which means Capricorn and Pisces energy, because Saturn represents Capricorn energy, okay? And then there's Pisces, which is options or stagnancy, okay? So it's like there has to be different options of codependency in some way, I'm seeing. Like everyone needs codependency, yes, or even, you know, a little bit of, you know, obsessing in a way, whatever you want to call it, right? But it has to be for the right reasons. And I feel like there's been an overly obsessive energy on commitments not going in the right way, because the Cancerian energy, which it has started, like the retrograde has started in, it's boiling down to the Cancerian energy that has been allowing the enablers, or should I say, you guys might be the enablers, or the Cancerian energy has been enabling the bad to be bad. Yeah, like, you know, there's a lot of bad boys, bad girls these days. You hear it a lot. You know, oh, I want a bad girl. Oh, you know, I'm a bad boy, or I'm, you know, like that type of energy. Anyway, for those who know, and for those who don't know, we'll work it out, honey, because I ain't gonna get into it too much, all right? But hey, let's see what's going on with Gemini. What's going on with Gemini? Because a lot of the focus this year, I've noticed, is about love. Enough times I'm doing people's readings, I'm realizing that when I'm talking about these readings, Spirit keeps redirecting me. Oh, your love life is suffering, or your love life is important. We need to focus here. We need to focus on your love life. Oh, your job's fine. Oh, this and that is fine. No, we need to focus on your love life, because your love life needs some more attention. So a lot of this year is about love. You guys' energy is now needing to study what real love is, and, you know, support it in the right ways, and maybe allow support to come into your life in the right way, or come into the life of others, because obviously we all represent the world. All of us star signs, we all, you know, have a duty on this earth to play a part, so to speak. All right, but Cancerian's energy has been stagnating good karma in love for some reason, and I'm noticing this. It's been stagnating it. It's been enabling it for whatever benefits that you feel like you're getting personal